I told you about these polls. Fox has a poll out. Could be right, could be wrong. It's of likely voters, of likely voters. We're head-to-head. Biden has a 48% lead since the first time in October. Of course, the popular vote doesn't determine who the president is, but there you go. There's another poll. Should we believe it or not? Or do we only believe the good ones? You fight like you're behind. One of the things they have noted is that the number one issue now is democracy. Why? Because Biden pushes it everywhere, that Trump is a danger to democracy. The media push it everywhere. He's paid for ads. Biden has to push it everywhere. And so it's everywhere. And yet it's Biden who's destroying constitutional republicanism. We'll call it democracy just for argument's sake. Biden's the one who defied the Supreme Court that told him he could not forgive student loans. Biden has violated federal immigration laws with his open borders policies. Biden has violated congressional power by granting health care benefits to illegal aliens and granting amnesty to illegal aliens. Biden has used the Justice Department to target his political enemies, including Donald Trump. Biden has violated federal law by withholding funds and ammunition from Israel. And the list goes on. That's why I fight the battle of substance and ideas and lies and policy. And I spend almost no time on polls. Am I the only one who does that, Mr. Producer? I don't know. When I turn on TV, all I see are polls. This pollster says this poll says that. Who cares? Who cares? Now, National Review Online, there's a great piece by the editors. Biden's lawless mass amnesty. Introducing his latest, quote-unquote, immigration relief policy at the White House yesterday, Biden told the assembled crowd that the changes he was making had been considered by Congress and had passed. Then, correcting himself, he conceded that this wasn't true. Rather, he admitted he was announcing yet another executive order. That Biden chose the 12th anniversary of DACA to promulgate his alterations is fitting. Indeed, all that was missing was a commemorative sign that read, 12 years of ignoring the Constitution. The creation of DACA, you may recall, was marked by President Obama's astonishing insistence that if Congress won't act, I will, quote unquote. Prior to its announcement, Obama had explained frequently that he did not have the power to rewrite immigration law on the fly. I'm not a king, Obama said often. I'm not an emperor. But with a tough re-election fight looming, he forgot all that and did it anyway. Civically, this represented a low moment in American history. That President Biden aspires to celebrate it, let alone to build on it, is damning in the extreme. That Biden chose the 12th anniversary of DACA to promulgate his alterations is fitting. Indeed, all that was missing was a commemorative sign, as we pointed out. Ultimately, that is all that matters. Shortly after Biden's speech, the White House released a fact sheet, quote unquote, which are recorded up front that since his first day in office, Biden has called on Congress to secure our border and address our broken immigration system. Notably missing in the subsequent pages was any explanation of why. Having failed to achieve his preferred legislative changes, Biden believed he had the right to issue the adjustments himself. No laws were cited, no court cases were invoked, no principles of any kind were outlined. President Biden, the document explained, has announced new actions. Yes, but that's not the way you run this country. And yet it is. And yet it is. Biden is violating the law left and right, and the fact that he has the upper hand on this is very troubling to me. That means the Republican Party, conservative media, patriot media haven't done enough. Haven't done enough to explain that it is Biden who's the dictator. It is Biden who is fascistic. It is Biden who hates democracy. And you're living it each and every day. You're living it each and every day. I don't know why it is so hard for Republicans, spokesmen, and hosts to speak the truth in a compelling way. It's like abortion. They support infanticide. Just keep saying it because it's true. They want no limits on abortion. The American people do. They want no parental notification when it comes to abortion. The American people do. And the list goes on. Make the case. Or the case will be made for them, and they will make your case too and lie about it. The issue of democracy, don't let anything get by when it comes to Biden. Everything should be challenged and attacked. Democracy. Biden has a funny way of showing his support of democracy. He defies the Supreme Court. He defies federal immigration law. He defies separation of powers and the power of Congress when it comes to spending. He orders the Justice Department, or at least he uses the Justice Department, to target his political enemies. That would seem bad enough. Trump hasn't done anything. They keep saying if Trump's elected, then this will happen and that will happen. Well, things are happening now. Things are happening right now. So if I'm debating Biden, and of course I'm not, so it's all swell for me to say, but if I'm debating Biden, I do it this way. Under what authority did you have the power to defy the Supreme Court when it came to student loans? Under what authority did you have the power to destroy our immigration laws on our border when it comes to illegal immigration? Under what authority did you have the power to grant illegal aliens health care and grant them amnesty? Under what authority does your administration have the power to try and imprison your political opponent? Where do these authorities come from? They don't come from the Constitution. They don't come from the rule of law. You issue executive orders like you're Joseph Stalin issuing fiats. So I want to know, Joe Biden, let's just take one of them. Let's just take one of them, the immigration laws that you have eviscerated. Under what authority did you have to grant amnesty to 500,000 people last week? Under what authority did you have to grant Obamacare, that is, national health care, to illegal aliens last month? Under what authority did you have the power to fly 500,000 illegal aliens into the United States? What authority? Don't you think that's the way to approach this during the debate, Mr. Producer?